You probably didn't notice it when you walked into your regular grocery store last week. Same shelves, same brands, same cereal box you've trusted for years. But here's what no one told you. That box? It holds less cereal now. And the price? It hasn't changed a bit. This is what shrinkflation looks like. When the cost stays the same, but the product gets smaller. And if you think it's just happening here and there, you're in for a surprise. Because we've uncovered 7 of the biggest grocery chains in the country that are quietly making this a regular part of how they do business. Some of it you've probably started to feel. Your paper towels don't last as long. Your detergent seems to run out faster. And that so-called family size bag of chips? Suddenly it's just a snack. Shrinkflation isn't a glitch, it's a strategy, where companies reduce product size, quantity, or quality while charging the same amount, betting that you won't notice. It's subtle, it's calculated, and it's everywhere. Now here's why this matters. Because it's not just about paying a little more for a little less. It's about something bigger. Trust. You walk into a store believing you're buying what you've always bought. You rely on the label. You assume the price tag tells the whole story. But over the past 2 years, quietly and without much fanfare, thousands of products have shrunk in size. Some by 10%, 15%, even 25%. And in almost every case, the packaging stayed the same, and the price didn't budge. In 2024 alone, more than 70% of American shoppers reported noticing shrinkflation on the shelves. But here's the catch. Most couldn't pinpoint where it was happening, because the changes are designed to go undetected. This isn't an accident. In many cases, the grocery chains themselves are part of the problem. They approve the smaller packages. They design the shelf tags that hide the difference. And they rely on your routine to keep you from catching on. So we decided to dig deeper. We tracked down the packaging. We read the fine print. We matched old receipts with new ones. And what we found wasn't just a few suspicious items. It was 7 grocery giants. 7 household names, all using shrinkflation in ways that are bigger, bolder, and more widespread than you think. And they're not announcing it. They're not warning anyone. They're just doing it. Week after week, shelf by shelf, item by item. So before your next grocery run, stick with us. Because once you see the products, the packaging, and the proof, you'll never look at your grocery cart the same way again. So who's really behind this? Let's go through the 7 grocery chains we found quietly reducing product sizes, without reducing prices. These aren't obscure discount outlets or random brands you've never heard of. These are national names, the places you shop every week, and they've all found ways to give you less while hoping you wouldn't notice. Number 1. Trader Joe's. The charming offbeat grocer that prides itself on transparency and values. But even here, shrinkflation is on the shelves. Product example. Their mixed nuts used to come in 16-ounce bags, now 12 ounces. Same cheerful label, same shelf spot. No warning. One loyal shopper told us, "I noticed when the bag felt light in my hand. I thought I was imagining it, until I dug through my pantry and found the old one. They'd shaved off 4 ounces. That's what makes it work. When you trust the store, you're less likely to double-check. Number 2. Aldi. You shop at Aldi for the savings, for the no-frills pricing that feels like a win against inflation. But not even Aldi is off limits. Product example. Their Millville Raisin brand cereal quietly dropped from 18.7 ounces to 16.6 ounces with no sign on the shelf. Shrinkflation at Aldi hits differently, because when a discount store joins in, it makes you question if any low price is really a deal at all. Number 3. Costco. The land of big everything. Oversized carts, towering shelves, and until recently the illusion that quantity was always king. Product example. Kirkland muffins. Same 6-pack, but each muffin now weighs about 1.5 ounces less than they did in 2022. One shopper said, "It's Costco." I trust them, but when I started running out of stuff faster, I got suspicious. It's sneaky, that's what gets me. Even in bulk, we're getting quietly shortchanged. Number 4. Target. Target's clean design and curated private labels have built real loyalty. But even their most reliable household staples have been downsized. Product example. Up and Up liquid detergent used to be 100 fluid ounces. Now, 92 fluid ounces for the exact same price. One mother told us, "I shop for my whole family at Target. I noticed I was buying detergent more often. That's when I checked. They'd cut the size and hoped we wouldn't notice. Shrink the product. Keep the branding. Hope the customer stays distracted. Number 5, Kroger. With more than 2,700 locations, Kroger is a grocery giant, and shrinkflation is built into its shelves. Product example. Their Simple Truth shredded cheese went from 8 ounces to 7 ounces, with no packaging change. And when millions of customers buy these items every week, even a single ounce shaved off adds up to massive profits and less value for families. Number 6, Whole Foods. The upscale option, organic, premium, and marketed as ethical. But the math doesn't lie. Product example. Their 365 organic peanut butter used to come in 18-ounce jars. Today, it's 16 ounces, but you'd never know from the outside. I expect to pay more at Whole Foods, a shopper in Portland told us, but when I saw my peanut butter shrank, that felt like a line was crossed. Even trust, it turns out, has a price tag. Number 7, Walmart. America's biggest grocer, and one of the most influential forces in what we buy, how we buy, and how much we pay. Product example. Great Value peanut butter dropped from 18 ounces to 15 ounces in under a year. Price unchanged, branding untouched. A shopper in Texas said, "I thought I was saving money going with Great Value, but now I feel like they've been slowly taking more than I realized." When Walmart shrinks, it doesn't just affect your pantry. It shifts the standard across the entire industry. By now, the pattern is impossible to ignore. Trusted names, familiar packaging, shrunken products. It's not just an unfortunate trend, it's a business strategy. And not a particularly new one either. It's been refined over time, quietly perfected during moments when the public was distracted. By inflation, global headlines, or just the weekly chaos of everyday life. Because here's the truth. Raising prices gets noticed. But shrinking a box by an ounce? A jug by a few fluid ounces? That slips through the cracks. And when nearly every major grocery chain allows it, or worse, facilitates it, you're not dealing with an isolated issue. You're looking at a system that's been designed to work just like this, quietly, gradually, profitably. Economists call it stealth inflation. Corporations call it cost-saving innovation. But shoppers? They're just trying to make sense of why their detergent runs out faster, their snacks feel lighter, and their money seems to stretch less every month, even when the price tags look the same. According to recent retail data, the average grocery basket today contains less product than it did in 2020, even as total prices have surged, and that's the genius of it, if we can even call it that. Because the packaging still sells comfort, nostalgia, familiarity, even when the content inside is being quietly shaved away. And make no mistake, that trust you placed in the brands and stores you grew up with? That's part of the equation too. Shrinkflation doesn't work unless you believe nothing has changed. But it has. And now for a lot of shoppers, the realization is hitting late. They're noticing the difference, but not always sure where or when it started. It's like waking up mid-scam and realizing you've been overpaying for months without knowing it. So what do you do when you catch the trick in real time? Some people start flipping boxes over, checking ounces, looking for unit pricing. Others start comparing old receipts, hoping for a little proof that it's not just in their heads. And some, especially the loud ones, go online, sharing, tagging, naming names. Because if these companies are going to play quiet, maybe it's time we make some noise. The sad part? Even when you do catch it, the game rarely ends. Because once the smaller size becomes the new normal, it sticks. And brands rarely go back. After all, the profits were already made. The customer moved on, the damage is baked in. That's what makes this whole thing so effective. It's not just about paying more for less, it's about reshaping the rules while keeping the illusion alive. That your favorite brand is still the same, your store still has your back, and your choices still reflect your values. But the illusion is cracking. Because now you've seen behind the shelf. You've read the numbers, you've felt it in your wallet, and maybe in your trust too. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So the next time you reach for that value size bottle, that patriotic peanut butter, or that friendly box of cereal with the familiar smile, take a second, tilt the box, weigh the trade-off. Because in today's grocery store, what they don't put in the package is exactly what they're counting on you not to notice.